welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am editing together pages 5, 6, and 7. So for story 5, I kept it very simple that day. This was a Sunday, and I saw this post that came up on Instagram that was that said, "Don't you just love when your Christmas tree is the only light in the room?" And I had taken the night before that like a perfect picture of my tree in the situation at night. So that's what my journaling is about in this for this prompt. And then I printed out on a 4x4 card that quote that I saw on Instagram, and then decorated the edges with Distress Oxide inks in Festive Berries and Pine Needles, and it's the star stamp from the Ali Edwards December daily release. I've used this on my Reason Why page as well, so I'm just kind of having these repeated elements throughout my album which add a nice cohesive touch. Then you just saw me do before using that plaid cardstock, putting on Twinkling Lights. That is from a thicker set from last year that I had. That's gold, and I always love gold, so why not? Then I'm also taking last year's like phrase stamp set. This one was from December Daily 2020 from Ali Edwards, and the word twinkle happens to be in there. So in this stamp set, you get the inside word where you can use it color, and then you get the outline as well, so you can either add a black outline or whatever color you see fit. So I made my own filler card with the Festive Berries again, and repeat stamped twinkle throughout it, and then use black ink from Close to My Heart, and then did the outline stamp. So this came out really well, and with it being as busy as it turned out, I needed to find a bold number 5, and I couldn't find anything in my stash. So I take a few minutes and just enlarge one. See how that's small, and I had another one, and that's small too. So I just make a gigundo, a big one, using my Silhouette Cameo software. And it takes up like the whole 4 inches as well, and I just like the bold number on there. So I'm just going through the actual pieces from the kit, and I decided on a wood veneer that was from an old Heidi Swapp collection, nothing from Ali Edwards, and that will finish off this easy page 5 or day 5 story. Okay, for this page, you saw me do this foundation page earlier in the month, so it is just 6 flip-ups of 6 things that I am grateful for. So I've already done most of the pre-work and just have all of my photos already cut down to a 3x3, and then the matching journaling will go up above. So this one will be fairly easy to come together and quick. And then for day 7 will be the back side. And similarly, in order to just still make the page cohesive from the front and the back, I am telling the story of going to see a winter play with my parents. And so I've already cut the photos into 3x3. It was called Cirque Dreams Holidays. And I feel like I'm going to have a flip up. I think this one's going to make a flip up over there. My journaling go underneath. And then I'm making one of the cards going to be the tickets themselves. So it says the date, even though we didn't see it on this day. But since it's Christmas themed, and our seat numbers and so forth. So this one will be the flip with the journaling, and then these two will also be here. So I'll just put you on fast forward, put these together quick, and then we can get started on working on day number 8. Okay, so with doing the pre-work, I had printed, just so you know, 2 3x4s on 1 4x6 in order to maximize the printing aspect of this, and that way I only had to cut an inch off of each of these photos for these little dimensions I needed of 3x3. So the 6 things that I had journaled about was my husband Miguel. Just always thankful to have him and working so hard for our family, and putting in the long hours. Our clinic, we are chiropractors and we have a clinic, and we will be surviving the COVID shutdowns and everything else, so I'm very grateful for that. I wrote about my amazing in-laws who go above and beyond all the time for Miguel, me, and the baby. All the time, so I don't ever think I acknowledge that, so this is me paying homage to them. My crafty space, so I have new like photography lights in there, so that's something to be grateful for. Being a mom, and then I wrote about like wearing masks at school for her. I know it's a controversial subject, but right now for her being first year in school, We've only been sick once, even with wearing the mask, so we haven't, knock on wood, had COVID yet. And so I'm grateful for that too. Then on the back side, these pictures are just some of the ones that we took while we were at the Kravitz Center up here in West Palm Beach, Florida. And in order to get into the theater, so again, I know it's controversial, but we had to wear a mask and show our vaccine cards to participate in the viewing of this play. So we did so. So I like that I have a photo of us in our mask in the beginning, and then when we were taking group shots toward the end, we were able to kind of take them off our face and take a quick photo, and then kind of put them back on and walk around. It is what it is. You know, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but this was an easy one and a nice one to come together and to document what we're living through. That way, when I look through this in 5 years, I am reminded of, living my 40th year on this earth during a pandemic, a global pandemic. So the masks, even though we don't all love them, it stamps the year that we're in quite nicely. So this is the journaling that I did, and for this page, and the fact also that Valentina is getting exposure to performances like this. She was mesmerized. We did take her to Disney on Ice this one, and she did see Mary Poppins the play, and she loved it. So it's also the joy that it brings for my daughter, which is definitely worth all of it. So for my number 7, this is a set of thickers that I had in my stash. They are silver metallic, and I just punched a circle with I think it's 1.5-inch punch, and that way it'll be stand out a little bit more against the photos with the silver number. And that'll wrap it up for this page. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying these process videos for my December daily. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. And until next time, everyone, bye.